Hi guys, and happy Samhain. These are some soul cakes that I made. They're, as you can see, that's my hand, so they're not very big. They're just little. They've got raisins on top in a cross pattern, obviously. So I thought I'd share the recipe. 2 cups all-purpose flour, half teaspoon nutmeg, half teaspoon cinnamon, half teaspoon salt, half cup milk, 1 stick unsalted butter, half cup sugar, 2 cup egg yolks, 2 egg yolks, half cup raisins, and then for the glaze, you just need 1 egg yolk beaten. So preheat the oven to 400, combine the flour, nutmeg, sugar, and salt. Then heat the milk in a saucepan until it's just warm to the touch. Cream the butter and sugar together with an electric mixer. Add the egg yolks and beat with a spoon. Add the flour mixture and mix well. It's going to be real dry and crumbly at this stage. 1 tablespoon at a time, add with the warm milk and blend vigorously with a spoon. You can add it a little more than a tablespoon at a time. I know I did. But I did not use the entire half cup. I used less than that. When a soft dough forms, stop. When a soft dough forms, stop. Knead dough on a floured surface until uniform. Roll into 1/2 inch thickness and cut out. So you used just a biscuit cutter or a glass or whatever you have, cookie cutter or whatever, to cut it out. And you roll it into a 1/2 inch thickness because, as you can see, it's still a 1/2 inch thickness. They don't rise. There's nothing in it to make them rise. So then you just place on an ungreased cookie sheet, decorate the tops with the currants in a cross pattern, or the raisins. It says currants, but I use raisins because it's the same thing. And then you just brush with the egg glaze. You bake them for 15 minutes or until golden brown. I had to bake mine for a little bit longer than 15 minutes. I actually put them in for 20. I put them in for 15 and then for 5 more. And they turned out like this. So they turned out pretty perfect. I'm using these for offerings for the ancestors. I'm doing a ritual tonight that involves, an offering for the goddess, for the spirits, for the ancestors, stuff like that. And then, I eat one myself. And then I made extras, of course, because that's the recipe, called for it. Called for making a certain amount. So I also made some that were plain. These don't have any. There's more than this. I've got some in another box. This is just one container of them. This plate here is the one I'm going to actually use to serve them on during my ritual. It's a flowered plate, it got flowers on it, but it's not very Samhain-ish, but Samhain-ish, whatever. But yeah. So I wanted to show you another craft I did as well. I don't know if this is considered a craft exactly, but whatever. These are little smudge sticks that I made, I'd say about 2 weeks ago now, probably. This one is rosemary, and you can see they're, yay big. This one is rosemary, and I had to retie both of them because as the herbs shrank, as they dried, they shrank, and they got, the threads on them got really, really loose, like to the point where they were like completely falling off, because I guess I didn't tie them real tight in the first place, and then it shrunk and it got just even looser than they already were. Because I was afraid to tie them too tight in the first place because I thought they were going to fall off. I thought they were going to break the stuff, but break the herbs, but I realized that's not the case. So I put new ones on, and this one I ended up not cutting the blue long enough and had to tie a little bit of red on there. But this one I did fine, and as it's dried, it's actually curled like this. It wasn't like that when I first made it. But this one is just sage. And these are both organic. I got them from the grocery store. I was going to use the rosemary from my neighbor's garden, but I don't know. It's kind of like right by their area where the cars are. So they're always driving in and out, and I don't want car exhaust stuff on my herbs. So I decided to just use, come on, focus on this one. There we go. Decided to use these. And I love how like that one's bright green and that one's more dark green, and you can see like the different colors. Different colors in there. I think that's really pretty. Yeah, I used hemp cord, just dyed, you know, colored on there. Couldn't find any in natural, so I got prettiest colors I could find to tie on there. And that's the end. This is the end you would hold down here. So yeah, that's what I did with that. So there's my, I won't be using these on Samhain because they're not, well, today's Samhain. I won't be using them tonight during my ritual because they're not dry yet. They're getting there, but they're not quite dry. This one seems closer than this one, but they're not quite ready yet. So I've also got something else to show y'all that I'll be showing you in the next clip, I guess. Hi guys. You are looking at my working candle. And why do I have my working candle lit? Because I made a Samhain witch's ball. Now this I made to honor my ancestors. It's got 13 ingredients, including the little jack-o'-lantern bell up top. That was sent to me by Anastasia Autumnfire. And I'm very grateful that she sent it to me because it is the perfect addition to this little witch's orb. So I started out with one of these little glass ornaments. And here are all my ingredients that I used. So I have them written down so I won't forget anything to tell you or to when I was adding stuff. As I add each ingredient, what I like to do is say, I'm adding cinnamon or whatever, you know, for protection, this, and that. So what I added was, and this is the order I added them as well, calendula, rose petals, rosemary, marjoram, 3 cinnamon sticks, which I broke into pieces, as you can see. As you can see there, I broke them into pieces. Basil, 5 apple seeds. The reason I used apple seeds is because I didn't have any dried apple. So I used the seeds instead. Sea salt, 3 quartz chips, clear quartz, 3 amethyst chips, 3 citrine chips, and some black glitter. And then the jack-o'-lantern bell. And then, of course, you know, just the black ribbon. So if I shake it up a bit, you can kind of see the pink rose petals and the different stuff. If I kind of look, you can see the calendula petals in there and the rosemary. And if you look kind of at the bottom, you can see more of the glitter and the marjoram and the rosemary a little bit better. And the basil leaves, kind of that kind of stuff kind of sinks to the bottom more than the cinnamon sticks, and the lighter stuff kind of floats to the top more. But the ball itself kind of looks cloudy because the glitter kind of stuck to it. But when I hang it up, it's going to look really nice. And yeah, I'll include a couple pictures at the end that might show it a little bit better than the video. But I really like it. I love the energy it has. I think I got inspired by Anastasia Autumnfire on this craft with doing the bell right here. She made a witchy orb. I mean, it was a very different idea, the whole idea of the witchy orb, but she put the bell on it like this, and I thought, you know, that's an awesome idea. So when she sent me the bells, I thought, that's what I'm going to use one of them for. So the whole idea of why I added the bell is when you carve the jack-o'-lanterns, the traditional idea is to light the way for the spirits, the ancestors. So I added that kind of like a symbol. Because it's not a real jack-o'-lantern, there's no actual light inside it, it's a bell instead, but it symbolizes the same thing. And each of the herbs has a special symbol, you know, the afterlife, rebirth, renewal, the spirits, death, protection, communication, family, friendship, purification, all different kinds of things, depending on which one, and, you know. So that's basically it. Within the, I don't know where this is going to fall within the video, if it's going to be first, third, whatever. So, yeah. Hope you guys like it. And blessed be. These are the seeds from my pumpkin that I carved. The 2 pumpkins, actually, that I carved in my pumpkin carving video. So, there's quite a few of them. Not a ton. This isn't every seed from both pumpkins. I just collected a few from each pumpkin. And, you know, a good handful from each pumpkin. And these are dry now, but they haven't been roasted. Sorry, I'm talking so fast. They haven't been roasted, but they are dried. I washed them real good, scrubbed them down, and set them out flat on a paper towel, let them dry. Yeah, I should probably quit messing with them. Sorry, they're just so fun. But they aren't messed with. I don't know how to roast them. I wanted to do that. Not to eat them, but just so they'd be preserved better. For, because I want to use them for magical purposes. So, yeah. Just thought I'd share. Well, I toasted them. I found some instructions online on how to do it real easy in the oven. First it called to simmer them on the stove for 10 minutes. Then lightly put olive oil on a cookie sheet, literally a teaspoon to a tablespoon on the entire cookie sheet, that thinly. And then put them in the oven at 400 for anywhere from 5 to 20 minutes, depending on the size of the seeds. And mine took about 13 to 15 minutes, somewhere around there, because I kept like adding just a couple more minutes at a time. Sorry about the noise outside. People are changing the gutters. And this is how they came out. They look real nice. They're not super oily because I've wiped all the oil off of them as I can. But I didn't add salt or anything. I literally just did the oil. But you can add salt, cinnamon, nutmeg, sugar. Well, I wouldn't add sugar. That's not what I meant to say. I guess you could add sugar, whatever. You can add whatever you want it to them. I'm planning on using these for magical purposes, and I wanted to roast them so that they would stay good longer. To kind of preserve them. I think I've heard that helps with preserving them more. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. For this craft, I'm making cider. It's very simple. You just need a pitcher. Then you need this sparkling apple cider. Make sure it is apple. And this is non-alcoholic, as it says. Then you need some type of ginger ale. Okay. So all you have to do is pour 24 ounces of ginger ale and 24 ounces of sparkling apple cider into your pitcher. I will be back once I've done that. Okay, as you can see, I let it settle down a bit. It was real bubbly. But I emptied out the sparkling apple cider. Actually had 25.4 fluid ounces, so I emptied all of it out into here. And I just put before I did that, I put the pitcher on a scale and, you know, zeroed it out and just poured till it said 24 ounces of the ginger ale. And then I stopped. And I just mix them up with a spoon, and now I've got my cider. And it's really pretty. It barely fills this huge thing, this huge container, but that's fine. I've got, you know, 50 ounces of it. 50, right? 24 and 24? No, that's 25 and 25, whatever. Close enough to 50. I got this recipe out of the Sabbath's Almanac book for this year, next year, sorry. It's the Samhain 2015 to Mabon 2016 book. And it's in the Samhain section. for this year, and it actually calls for 12 ounces of each, but that was not going to make enough, and there, you know, I wanted to double it. So yeah, this is what I'm going to be using for my ritual tonight for offering, along with the soul cakes I made. So I hope you guys like it. By the way, the soul cake recipe I used, I just found that online. I think I searched it on Pinterest. Found a couple of them, you know, went with the one that sounded best. So yeah, okay, blessed be, and have a happy Samhain.